Ooh.
Coach, you guys made a roster move letting go Brandon Jenkins. Before we talk about Mo Hurt, can you just talk about what went into that decision?
Yes, we decided to make a move with Brandon and move forward with our football team. We like the play of the guys that we're behind them. They've stepped up their play. Adrian Robinson, Gabe Miller's had some good snaps. Obviously, the drafting of Trent Murphy has a major impact. And we thought the earlier we make that move to give Brandon a chance somewhere else would be beneficial to him.
Coach, you're bringing in Everett Brown to work out with the team. Sort of what's the reasoning for that? Is there a problem with Stephen Bowen? Why are you guys bringing him in?
Well, Stephen's still rehabbing, and we have a spot right now because of the move with Brandon, so we're going to look at a couple guys tomorrow, not just Everett Brown, but there'll be another guy or two involved also, and if they fit the bill, then we'll bring another one in here.
So just weather-wise, trying to get a gauge on how you are about playing in the weather. Not sure if it's going to rain more this week. Are you more prone to wanting to play outside if it's raining, or are you going to play it safe?
Well, I'd love to play outside when I can, just lightning. Obviously, we can't play out in the lightning for the safety of the players, and we don't want to tear up the field. Depends on how hard the rain is. You know, we got away with the first day. It was raining. That was borderline, but we got our reps in. We're happy about that, but obviously we don't want to get any pulls and have guys come up lame because of the wet field and tearing up the field. So we'll gauge that. I would love to get out there if we can, but if it's dangerous for the players, then we won't. Mo Hurt, I believe, will be at practice today in the walkthrough. So he should be available tomorrow's practice.
Speaking of Mo Hurt, from your perspective, here's a guy who's on the bubble, and he comes in out of shape. I mean, how do you assess a guy like that, and did you debate even giving him another shot?
Well, it wasn't so much that he was out of shape. You know, after further review, he lost some weight in the off season, and we came back for the conditioning test. Something wasn't right, so we just want to make sure he was healthy enough to resume practice. He did not finish his conditioning test, but I don't think it was because he was out of shape, because his weight was down. His weight was fine. We don't know. We just took the proper precautions with him. You know, we're very safe nowadays, you know, with all the information we have. So we just want to make sure he was healthy enough and nothing was wrong with him, because it was very out of character for him not to be able to finish. So Larry took the proper precautions, and our doctors took the proper precautions, and he should be good to go.
Over here. Coach, Corey earlier today was mentioning he likes the offensive line depth because no matter if they put in the first unit out there in practice, second unit, it's given a good look. What do you think about your offensive line depth so far in camp?
It's been outstanding. I think the depth of all our positions has been very good, very solid. We're seeing a lot of good play. You know, when we take the ones out, we're seeing good play from the second group and the third group, and that's great to see. The line in particular, they're doing very good. You know, our rookie linemen that we drafted, they're doing very good. Moses is doing good. Obviously, Long's doing good. You look at the other guys, they're playing well. We got Mike McGlynn. He's one of the twos back there at center. He's played a lot of football in the NFL. He's doing well. So, you know, we feel good about where we are from an offensive line. Now it's just a matter of finding the right ones and picking the right guys for the roster.
Coach, you know, you got Ben Kawika here in the center. You got Ben Kawika, military background, obviously. You got some military brats on the roster. What's it mean to have Military Appreciation Day here at training camp?
That was awesome. We had one in OTAs also, and it's great to get them out here and be a part of this. And they're big fans. You know, we were signing balls and posters left and right, and we're as big a fan of them as they are of us. So it's great to have them out here, and they're welcome anytime. I said that last time they came out at OTAs, and anytime they want to come out, we'll welcome them with open arms.
Coach, when you were in Cincinnati, you had three receivers, and Sanu Jones and obviously A.J. Green, that were between 6'2" and 6'4". You look at a young guy out here, Cody Hoffman, and he's made a couple great plays, showing some great things with his hands. Is he a guy that's caught your attention?
He has. He's made some big plays. There's some things he's got to work on and fight through from discipline as far as his routes go, but he is a big target, and that's something, if you look at our receiving core, we may be lacking, so to speak. But these other guys are playing well, too. You saw Ryan Grant have a big day today. You saw Santana Moss catch a big touchdown today. So we've got some other guys. Andre Roberts has probably been the most consistent out of all of them. And, of course, Deshaun makes a big splash every day. So I like the fact that we have a lot of depth at the receiver position. Rashard Lawrence has had some big plays as rookie free agent also. So there's a lot of guys that are catching our eye, and that's important. And we try to preach that you're not going to get many reps, and when you do, you better take advantage of them. And so far, a lot of guys are taking advantage of the reps, and it's been pretty exciting. And like I said the other day, very important when New England comes to town, see how they handle the live bullets there in practice without scripted plays, without all that. And then obviously the preseason games will be huge for these guys.
Jay, I guess one of the things that's always stood out about Trent Williams is how well he moves his feet. Is that something that can be taught to, say, Morgan Moses via technique, or is that just something you're mostly blessed with and you can only mess with it a little bit?
Yeah, it's blessed. Yes, that's you can't teach what Trent Williams has. He's a giant of a man, plus he's got the feet of a ballerina. So that is genetics right there at its finest, and he's a very good player. Obviously, we're going to work with Trent Williams and his suddenness and his feet and all that stuff every single day. But Trent has shown some ability to get up to the next level and shown some ability to redirect and all that. So Morgan's done a good job also. So we're happy with his progress so far. Every day you can see him picking up a little bit more, maybe redirecting on an inside move or bouncing out to a nickel on a nickel blitz. So he's doing some good things. He's got a long way to go, obviously, as do a lot of guys, myself included, but he's doing some good things.
Jay, with Robert and the offense, first couple of days, we saw him take off and run a couple times on pass plays. It seems to have dwindled the last couple of days. Was there something that you've been able to correct after just watching the film, whether it was with Robert or with the rest of the offense, to kind of cut down on those times?
Well, it depends. It's play dependent. Every play is its own entity, and sometimes he feels pressure. Sometimes the defense does a good job of taking away his first two options, and there's pressure, and he has to run. Just so happened today that he was getting through his first, second, and third progression and making good throws and getting the ball out of his hands, and the receivers doing a good job of getting open. And that could change tomorrow. Tomorrow there could be pressure, and he's got to step up and scramble. So, every play is its own entity, and how the quarterback handles pressure, how he handles coverage in the secondary, and the decisions that he makes as far as running and throwing the ball away are going to be the difference in us being an average team and a great team.
Coach, how do you think Richard Crawford's looking health-wise over the last few days and as he's progressed through the week?
I've been impressed with Richard. He looks like he's running around good. And, Larry and those guys done a great job with him, and Richard's been very diligent as far as his rehab's concerned. You can see he's ready to go, and we made that point with Jason Hatcher and these other guys. We're not going to let these guys come back on the field after an injury unless they're 100%. And you can see Crawford is 100%, and he's doing some good things.
Coach, why did you decide to call off tomorrow's walkthrough in the afternoon?
Well, tomorrow will be our third day in a row in pads, full pads. We're going to go full pads tomorrow with the pants included. We might do some live drills tomorrow, and we're going to do cancel the meeting and go through our meetings instead of having a walkthrough. We'll have a dinner, and then I'll probably give them off that night just to get away from everybody. It's been a grind. When you're around the same guys for 5 days in a row for about 18 hours a day, you get tired of looking at them. I'm tired of looking at them. I want them out of the building for a few hours, enjoy themselves, get a nice dinner, and be ready to work on Wednesday.
Is there any updated timeline on Hatcher and Hankerson?
No updated timeline. Like I said, that'll be totally up to them, the player and the trainer. When they're ready, they'll be ready.
You talked about is it going to be more live hitting than you've been doing? Is that what you mean tomorrow?
There might be some tackling involved. We've had a little bit, unfortunately. They're not supposed to tackle, but we're going to have probably some live drills tomorrow, yes.
Oklahoma drill, maybe?
No Oklahoma drill, no. You guys love the Oklahoma drill. You guys. Huh? Marvin did it, yeah. Oh, what?